I have this rule that alternately it will be a girl and a boy, and therefore first question should be asked by a girl and then a boy and a girl. Okay, please.
So here we go. The first question.
Here we go. Please introduce yourself and
Please
ask
introduce
your
yourself.
query.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, I am Divya Maria Joy. Sir, you said for success we need a team. And if there is any difference of opinion among the team members, how would you resolve it?
Well, first of all, they have to be resolved based on data and facts. As long as you use data and facts, then even if I lost the transaction, I have incentive to bring better data and facts next time. I have incentive to do a better work next time. That's one thing. That's why at Infosys we say, in God we trust, everybody else brings data to the table. Second, when data and facts all point out to two of the ideas being equally good, then there should be a healthy debate on factors other than just the merit of the idea. And if it is not decided even then the leader of the team, who is the clearly acknowledged boss, would be the one that will decide, and everybody should accept that decision and move on.
Next, we need a boy. Who is the next one?
Yeah.
So next question. Please introduce yourself and shoot the question immediately.
Good morning, sir. I am Dilip from Sahardaya College of Engineering and Technology.
Yeah.
My question is, whenever we hear of recession, we always think of negative things. According to you, is there any hidden opportunity whenever a recession arises? Whenever recession arises, is there
Recession?
hidden opportunity for us to develop ourselves in some other way than just following a job?
No, recessions are part of a business cycle. They may appear once in 7 years. Generally, they're supposed to appear once in 7 years. But as the speed of the economy grows, they may appear even more frequently. We all have to accept that there will be recession. But recession should be used as an opportunity to learn how to build up character. Because in a recession, you focus more on the customer, you focus more on innovation, you focus more on tightening your belt, you focus more on giving confidence to your colleagues that everything will be all right tomorrow, and therefore you build character. So therefore, recessions should not be looked at as negative, they should be looked at as an opportunity to strengthen one's character.
So the next question should be from a girl.
Yeah.
Namaste, sir. Myself, Stalina from Bhavan's Newsprint Vidyalaya. My question is, when you interview young people, how much do you value their emotional skills and soft skills in comparison with their academic merit?
Yeah. Well, one thing I'm very impressed with the students here. Generally, when I go to various parts of India, students are not able to ask questions in a simple and effective manner. I must say, this is the first time when I have found everybody asking direct questions. This is something you people must keep up, improve, even because we Indians, whenever we are provided an opportunity to ask a question, we give our own theory for half an hour, and then finally the chairperson will say, please get back to your question, then we will say something. This is wonderful. Please keep it up. I'm sorry, I forgot your question. What did you say? Soft skills. Oh, soft skills. Yeah, okay. When we recruit people, at at software engineer level, we look at learnability. Learnability we define as the ability to extract generic inferences out of specific instances and use those generic inferences in new unstructured situations to solve problems. Therefore, by and large, when we select these youngsters, we look at only their technical ability to learn new things. We don't ask for computer science knowledge, none of that, only learnability. We cannot conduct a soft skill test because we do in some way, when we go there, we talk to them. If they are not able to express at all, if English is their English is extremely poor, then we may take, but that is rare. However, as one moves up the organizational hierarchy, when we select people for management jobs, for interaction with customers, that is when we look at soft skills. We do a lot of ZGIS tests. So at the ground level, we don't do it because for example, last year we recruited 25,000 people. We really don't have time for that. Yeah. Next.
So it will be the last question. Who's going to ask the last question?
No, we'll ask one more because the girls should have the last say.
Okay, sir.
Sir, my name is Shankar Mahesh. I'm a student of Government Engineering College, Thrissur. Sorry, sir, if the question, if you feel that the question is a little direct, but this is a genuine question. Sir, if we just compare the two economies, China and India, we can see that in China it is keeping the agricultural sector apart. It's the manufacturing and production sectors that are strong. Whereas in India, it is the IT sector which is driving the economy. So my question is that do you think that the IT majors of the country offering huge salaries and recruiting a large number of youngsters every year is a hindrance to the growth of other sectors, especially the manufacturing and production sectors and also other branches of engineering? And is also one of the reasons for the lack of entrepreneurship.
Well, you seem to be bringing down my appreciation a little bit because you are not asking the question directly. Anyway, no, not really. I think what IT is doing is it is creating, for the first time in the history of the country, it is creating a large number of jobs with good disposable income, with good salaries. All that we need to do is that we need to have more and more engineering colleges which can indeed produce more and more worthwhile engineers who can indeed be useful to the industry. And it is extremely important for manufacturing companies and other sectors of the economy to learn that there is going to be competition in the marketplace. Therefore, they must position their own companies as attractive from the perspective of the people who come out of engineering colleges. No, let me tell you, at different points of time, different sectors were in demand. Everybody wanted to go there. Once upon a time, in the 50s and 60s, everybody was going into IAS. That was considered the best. Next, it became, slowly it started people going into MBA. Then it became IT. Now, most successful MBAs, they want to take up jobs abroad. So there will always be people who will be dominant competitors. The only solution is for companies to use innovation to make their own sector, their own companies more attractive. And concomitantly for the engineering colleges to produce more and more good quality engineers. That's the only stable solution. Now we'll get to a girl, the last question.
The girl is ready with the last question, sir.
Yeah, please.
So we are students of Human Resource Management from St. Gitt's College. We would like to know the role of HR behind the success of Infosys.
Well, doesn't matter what sector of the economy you are in. Progress for that company comes from the power of human mind, because innovations come only from the power of human mind. And the power of human mind comes from people. It does not come from tables, it does not come from chairs, none of that. Therefore, the ability to recruit, enable, empower, and retain the best and the brightest is the biggest challenge for all companies in the world. Therefore, having good quality human resources people who can help the company in recruiting the best and retaining and enabling and empowering and retaining that best talent is extremely crucial. And in fact, one of the things that I did in the beginning when I founded the company, I attracted six much younger people. And I mean, compared to me, the rest of the fellows were about 8-9 steps below me. And when I founded the company, people were shocked that I was taking people with a year of experience and giving them high equity. I told them that what I need is the power of learnability, the power of good value system. And I said, I find these people have learnability and value system. And those people have turned out to be excellent leaders, excellent people. So therefore, your ability to assess the quality of people and assess the value system of people is extremely crucial to the success of any company. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us with your wisdom.
Thank you all young friends for all those brilliant questions.
Thank you all.